Hi, I'm Samantha Nair, a senior at McIntosh High School in Peachtree City, Georgia. Over the past summer, I interned at an ophthalmology clinic solo practice in Griffin, Georgia. I became aware of how much eye disease can negatively impact one's quality of life. So I wondered, why don't we include depression screenings into these appointments so mental problems don't go unnoticed? Here's my research and quantitative analysis on the implications of depression screening in ophthalmology appointments. Medical specialists generally focus only on diseases pertaining to their specialty. The mental trauma associated with eye diseases are generally glossed over. Here, we propose to undertake a study on how, without extra time, a specialist can also screen for mental trauma arising from the disease at hand. This study is based on data from an ophthalmology clinic. Depression is known to be linked with chronic eye diseases such as glaucoma, macular degeneration, and dry eye disease. It is observed that reduced quality of life due to chronic eye diseases leads to depression. Not only can eye disease cause depression, but also vice versa. Many individuals who suffer from medical conditions also struggle with mental health. However, the vast majority of ophthalmologists do not screen patients for depression because they think it's too time-consuming. The purpose of this study is to determine if screening truly results in an increase in the physician's time spent with the patient. As mentioned previously, this study was carried out while I was interning at a solo practice ophthalmology clinic located in Griffin, Georgia. It focused on patients with chronic eye conditions. The survey was conducted over 2 periods of patient visits to the facility. Initially, in May, we timed appointments to observe how long the physician spent with each patient. Following that, in June, we began screening patients for depression in order to improve their well-being while still timing the appointments. We selected at random 34 patients, each from 2 groups. One group filled out the PHQ-9 form provided to them, while the other group was not given a form and did not fill anything out. The results of the empirical screening were calculated for those who were tested, then their results were discussed by the physician during the appointment. The duration of appointments with a mental health discussion was compared with those without it. In order to establish whether the approximate time taken for the different groups significantly varied, a paired t-test was carried out. The study results demonstrate that the time taken by both samples shows little to no difference. The outcome of the paired t-test is given here, with a two-tailed p-value equal to 0.5848. By conventional criteria, this difference is considered to be not statistically significant. The means of both groups, the group without form and the group that filled out the PHQ-9 form, are marginally different from each other. And the t-test shows that the sample means of both datasets are not statistically significantly different from their population means. Hence, the sample means are also not significantly different. Here's a table with the data. To conclude, our study clearly shows that the time taken for appointments with and without filling the PHQ-9 form does not have any significant difference. This means that ophthalmologists do not have to spend extra time if they address the mental health of their patients briefly through the use of the PHQ-9 form. This will be an additional service to patients with no extra time and no extra cost. Therefore, the paper adds value by illustrating that clinicians can screen for depression without adding much time to their workload, yet still benefit their patients greatly. Addressing this issue could improve mental health identification and access through psychologist referrals. This clearly creates a holistic environment for patients while maintaining clinical efficiency greatly. Further research is required to confirm these results among a variety of patient populations and clinic settings. Mental health screenings are common in high-risk medical fields such as cardiology and obstetrics, where conditions can be life-threatening. However, they are often neglected in ophthalmology, despite being equally important. Vision loss can have profound psychological effects, yet this connection is frequently overlooked. This gap in care deserves attention, especially as studies increasingly highlight the link between eye health and mental well-being. Thank you for your time and interest.